Good luck. Hi, everyone. I'm Dawna Hammers. It's really wonderful to be here in Woods Hole, because I used to live here a long time ago, and I went up to Vermont for 13 years, and I totally missed the sound of the foghorn and the sound of the boat horn, and here I am, so yay. And I just want to say before I start my story that it's great to be part of such an intelligent, creative, artistic, committed community. So, many years ago, I used to live in West Newton Square, and I used to sing at the Unitarian Universalist Society. It was a big cathedral. And inside the cathedral, there were stone-carved angels and stained glass windows and high ceilings and beautiful carved mahogany woodwork. But the best part was in the front. There was a Steinway grand piano. And some days, I got to go in the sanctuary and practice for the upcoming services and play the piano and be in there all by myself. And it was an amazing feeling to hear my voice and piano fill the space and echo through the rafters. Well, one day, I got a letter in the mail that said, "Dear Dawna, we hear you singing in church, and we love your voice. Would you please come sing at our wedding? Signed, Joanne and Phil." I called them up and I said, "Sure, I'd love to come sing at your wedding." They wanted for their ceremony, and I got to know them a little bit. They were a nice young couple that both worked for the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, and they were very, very committed to both the earth and the sea. So, the wedding came. Well, that's not the right picture. Did I pass that one? I can't see that.
Yeah, it's the wedding.
Is that the wedding? Thank you. All right. So the wedding came, and I wanted to get them a present. And they said, "Oh, no, we don't want any presents. We just want everybody to do something nice for someone else. And that would be a present to us." I thought, wow, these people are amazing. What could I do that would be nice for somebody else? Well, there is this old woman who lives across the street. And I've lived here for 6 years, and I've never said hello to her. And maybe she's lonely, and maybe she needs help. And maybe I should go visit her. So I went across the street, and I knocked on her door, and she pulled back the curtain, and she said, "Who is it?" And I said, "It's me, Dawna. I'm your neighbor. I came to say hello." And she opened the door, and she said, "Well, hello there. My name is Mary O'Brien, and I am from Ireland. Would you like to come in and have a cup of tea?" I did, and we became fast friends. She told me all about her life, how she immigrated from Ireland, from County Mayo, after the potato famine, and she came by ship to the United States with only a suitcase and this here shillelagh. And she was about 88 years old at the time. She was stone deaf. Sometimes I could hear her TV blasting all the way across the street in my house. She was pretty legally blind. She cooked and cleaned for the Catholic priest. Oh, before I say that, I'm going to backtrack a little bit. She never married and never had any children, but she did have 2 nephews that lived in New York City. And she cooked and cleaned and ironed for 50 years, thank you, for the Catholic priests in rectories in Roxbury, Massachusetts, and also in Hingham, Massachusetts, which is where we live. And her house was as neat as a pin, and it was filled with old tables and lamps and chairs and crucifixes and pictures of Jesus and Mother Mary and lace tablecloths and little doilies and Irish knickknacks. And, let's see, anything else? Oh, she had a kitty cat. Yeah, that's the detail I wanted to tell you. And so I visited Mary as much as I could for 2 years. And she was like the Irish grandmother that I never knew. So my grandmother had passed before I was born. But Mary was also a spiritual mentor to me, because one day I took her to a Catholic Mass, and even though she was stone deaf, halfway through the ceremony, the service, she nudges me and she says, "This is the part the women used to do." Because Mary remembered way back in Ireland when the women were the priestesses. So I visited Mary as much as I could for 2 years, and then it became very clearly concerning that she should no longer live alone, and that her community and family decided that she should be transferred, moved to a nursing home, a local nursing home, luckily. And it was a nursing home that was right next door to the Montessori school where I used to be the music teacher. So sometimes I would go in there with 30 little 3 to 5-year-old children, and we would sing for all the elders and for Mary. And then I would also go in with just my dog and visit her, and she would be waiting and waiting and waiting in the corner in her little chair, and just waiting and waiting. And the minute we came around the corner, she'd have a big smile on her face. And it was just an honor to be with her. The day after Thanksgiving in 1995, Mary had a major stroke, and she was about to die. I went to be with her in the hospital and stayed with her during the night. And I held her hand and sang to her and prayed with her. And I fell asleep. And she came to me in a dream. And she didn't say anything. She just looked at me with a big smile on her face. And her hair was all done up in this beautiful bun. It's like perfect. And when I woke up the next morning, even though she hadn't physically passed, I knew that she was going to be all right. And she did pass the next day. And then soon after she passed, I wrote this little ditty, because Mary was always going around the house going diddly 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 dee, because she was from Ireland. So I actually need your help. I'd like you to help keep this beat. There we go. And when I get to this, you can sing along with me. You'll catch on real quick. And you might want to get up and do an Irish ditty. There was an old woman who lived next door. One day I decided to knock on her door. She welcomed me in for a cup of tea. She told me her name was Mary, 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 Mary O'Brien from Ireland. Mary, Mary, Mary O'Brien from Ireland. Excellent. Can you hear us, Mary? But I tried to visit her every day just to make sure that she was okay. But she was so old and lived all alone. Couldn't hear the telephone. Mary, Mary, Mary O'Brien from Ireland. Mary, Mary, Mary O'Brien from Ireland. Well, we became the best of friends. I stayed with her right up until the end. Now she is off in heaven, so heaven gone upon us. Mary, Mary, Mary O'Brien from Ireland. Mary, Mary, Mary O'Brien from Ireland. Keep going. So you see, what was supposed to be a gift to someone else ended up being a great gift to me. And since then, I've worked with hundreds of elders, caring for them in every type of situation, in-home to full-on dementia care units. And it is a very hard and sad job, but a very, very profound and real and wonderful job to be with these dear ones in their time of need. And I highly encourage you all to adopt an elder. There might be someone right in your own neighborhood that's lonely and in need of love and care, and their family lives far away. And we have this wonderful Falmouth neighborhood organization here that you can volunteer for. And you never know, it might end up being the greatest gift that you can give to yourself as well. Thank you.